Welcome to the Big Challenge Big Match. We're taking 3 members of staff from Bishop Challoner Boys School in Tower Hamlets, East London, and setting them an equine challenge to help raise money for sport relief. We want them to train in the art of horse riding before attempting to play a match of the traditionally exclusive game of polo. In preparation for the big day, the staff will be introduced to the basic principles of horsemanship. They'll learn how to handle a polo stick and ball, before being introduced to polo horses in anticipation of the big match. The question is, will they manage to score at a gallop or fall at the first hurdle? It's day 1 of the big challenge and the staff and pupils are having an assembly about raising money for sport relief. Before it ends, head teacher Phil Leyland has a surprise for the school.
Good morning, boys. You're here for a very special assembly today. Over the course of the time that we've been open since 2001, we have a very good track record of raising money for charity. This year we're going to take it to a slightly different level, and 3 teachers from this school are going to take part in a challenge. To talk about that challenge, I'd like to introduce to you a star of children's TV, an Olympic champion. If I can introduce to you, Adi Adedepton.
What's up? How you doing?
Hi, Adi. Nice to see you here.
Yeah.
I'd like to welcome Adi to the school. I believe you've got some exciting news for us.
Yes, I have. But before I let you know what it is, I need 3 members of your staff up here to help me out. So can we have a round of applause for Mrs. Bayliss? Hello. Welcome. And the second member of the team, Mr. Chinnery. Round of applause. Woo. How you doing? And the final member of the team, Mr. O'Halloran. So, your teachers have agreed to participate in a sporting challenge to raise money for sport relief. But they haven't got any idea of what it is. But just to give them a little help, I'm going to show you a clip.
I think it's really exciting. I've never ridden a horse before in my life.
I've done some riding when I was a kid, so I'm looking forward to relearning some skills.
There you go. So your challenge is a competitive game of horse polo. And in preparation for this, we're going to send you back to school. Riding school, because you're going to need to learn horse gymkhana, which is a round of skill-based games that demands good horse control. So what's your horse control like?
I've never been on a horse in my life.
Any of you's been on a horse? I'll tell you what, a word of advice, no trotting, man. It's no good for geezers. Right, now only once you've mastered the horse gymkhana will you be allowed to take part in the game of horse polo, where every point scored counts. So you ready for it?
Yeah.
Are you guys ready to make some serious cash for sport relief?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Let's do it. Round of applause for the teachers. Good luck.
I think it's a good challenge because none of them have done anything like this before, so they're going to have their wits about them, use anything they've learned before and see what comes out.
I think Mr. Halloran's going to be the best because he's a funny guy and he's my head of year.
I think a lot of my boys are laughing at me, the idea of me, 6'3" overweight scouser on a horse, is making a lot of them laugh very loudly.
I've been on a camel and I've been on an elephant, but not on a horse before.
The last time I was on a horse was age 8, I think, and I think I was terrified and I probably ended up crying at that time as well, so it'd be good to get back on.
It's the beginning of the training programme and the staff arrive at Epsom Riding School in Surrey. On hand to introduce them to all things equestrian is riding instructor Louise Bailey.
I'm going to be looking after you for today, so let's go and see your horses. James, you'll be riding Badger. You'll be riding Rosie.
Standing here watching him's a bit daunting at the moment, but I'll be alright.
I think she's more worried about me than I am about her. I think I'd be worried if I wanted to pick someone my size up.
You'll be riding Chloe.
As this is Vicky's first time, she's a little apprehensive.
So that's your saddle. You'll be sitting on that. You have your stirrups which your feet will go in, and that's the bridle, and that will go on her head. And you have two things in your hands called reins. Yeah. And you pull them to stop, and you kick to go. Okay guys, this is your instructor Tina, and she's going to be taking you for the lesson.
1, 2, 3. Over.
Knowing how to use the equipment as well as learning how to communicate with their horses will be crucial if the team are going to become competent riders. Whilst learning to ride, each member of staff will be accompanied by a leader to help guide their horse.
The first thing we did was just got used to being on the horse and had to go sort of steering the horse and trotting and walking. It just put a big smile on my face.
At first I was quite scared of the horses, I didn't want to get too close. And then by the end, I just didn't want to go off.
OK, let's ride our halt. Let's take those reins a little bit shorter. Good, John. Lovely position, John. You're sitting really nicely. That's it. Watch your leg, John. Take your leg off. That's it. While the horses are in halt, pop your hands on the front of the saddle. OK, and you're just very gently going to stand up and sit down. So if you're just pushing the weight down through the bottom of your leg, good, stand up and sit down. We're going to do that in the walk.
An integral part of riding is perfecting the sitting trot. Easier for some than others.
It's like just being a kid again and just getting back and bouncing around. I suppose it's all about rhythm and counting beats. So being a maths teacher really helped.
Vicky, who's not a maths teacher, is finding a rhythm harder to achieve.
I couldn't quite get my balance right when I was trotting and getting the rhythm right, but hopefully with a bit more practice it will be fine.
Perfect horse. He's lazy, he's calm. You know, you have to really encourage him to walk on, but it just made it a lot easier for me.
Try not to pitch forward as you're coming out of the saddle. So try to push more down on the heel rather than the toe.
They've done really, really well. It's really hard to get someone riding in that length of time, and they've understood everything that they were taught, and they've got good basic control. Vicky just struggled a little bit with her rhythm. She's just tending to push her lower leg forward and her seat to the back of the saddle. John was excellent. He was very natural. He has a really nice leg position. He just got on with it and rode. He done very, very well. And James too, he had very good natural rhythm as well.
Much better than I thought it was going to be. Once I relaxed, I think everything sort of came together. It wasn't perfect by any means, but yeah, it was just a lot better once I started to chill out a bit, it was fine.
The teachers have learnt the basics of horse riding, and now it's Louise's job to build up their confidence with a round of Gymkhana exercises.
Okay, and nice steady rising when you're ready.
The Gymkhana is a skill-based event that tests a rider's ability to perform a number of complicated moves and ride at different speeds.
Brilliant, that's really impressive, John, well done. What I want you to do is to get your horse to walk on and stop over the pole with two of their legs in front of the pole and two of the legs behind the pole. John, off you go. So walking on. Now the secret is to keep nice steady walk and slow each leg down one at a time. So start to slow down.
John's horse has a mind of its own.
Let's have Chloe. And now.
After a shaky start, Vicky and her horse are doing well.
Okay, let's have Badger when you're ready.
But James's horse is still feeling lazy.
One more step. Yay, well done. And walk on, good.
An intrinsic part of completing the Gymkhana is learning how to ride with one hand, and Louise has a good trick for helping them achieve this.
Okay, now you're going to give your reins to your leaders. You have to trust them quite a lot because you can't stop now. I want everybody to put your hands on your hips. Good, that's it. Get your shoulders back, sit up nice and tall. Now your inside arm, which is your arm facing me, we need to slowly stick out like an airplane. Good, let's do some nice big circles backwards. That's it, get those shoulders crunching. Okay, go forwards to trot. So you put one hand on your hip. Good. Put the other hand on your hip. Good, well done. Circle, Evelyn. Good.
I enjoyed the trotting. It was a bit more formal than I ever done before, so I've learned tons this morning.
Well done, and sitting trot and hold on. That's it, sitting trot and hold on. Brilliant. And take your reins up, well done. Okay, are you ready, James? Let's have one hand on your hip. Good, well done.
My favourite part of today would be doing the rising trot and actually seeming to get it right. Starting to feel a bit more like a pro, even though we're nowhere near it, but it makes you feel a bit more special as you're doing it.
Now when we turn, in classical riding we do this, as you may have noticed. But in polo, you do that like driving a helicopter. See, that is very good, that is polo style all the way. Brilliant. Okay, are you ready, Vicky? Now try not to rely on her mane too much, because polo ponies don't have manes.
I can't believe how well we've done in such a short space of time, because we're probably only on the horses for a couple of hours, but I think we all will remember what we've learned, and hopefully tomorrow we won't fall off.
No aches and pains. I thought I would too. No more than normal after the day in school.
Can't wait to get back on. I would have stayed on if I could, even though it's getting a bit sore, but apart from that, looking forward to it.
They got on really well. From watching them, like this morning with Tina, I was thinking, oh, they're a bit wobbly, but then in the afternoon they were great. And once you get over the fear factor and get a bit more confident, especially using like one hand as well, because that's what they're going to have to do tomorrow. I think once they get on the horse, have a bit of a warm-up, I think they'll be okay.
It's day 2 of the big challenge. The team have learnt to ride, completed the gymkhana, and now, after a good night's sleep at a nearby hotel, how are they feeling about the big match?
Personally, what I want to get out of it is to prove to myself that I can do something which would be quite difficult or scary for me and actually sort of achieve it. And that's also going to be a good example for the students because they lack self-confidence, so it's good to prove to them that if I can do something really hard, then they can too. I
think seeing someone who kind of has a lot of fun at their expense and mocking them, doing something that I'm clearly uncomfortable with, and then actually, getting through the end of it and getting something out of it, I think they'll see that I'm not just, the mean teacher who mocks them, but someone who genuinely, does things for a reason and likes to get something out of it. So, hopefully they'll take that from this.
It's just not to be afraid of trying something different. Even though you've never done it before, you've had no experience whatsoever. I think maybe that's something you could take out of it.
The team are back at the polo club with just 5 hours to perfect the art of polo before playing the big match. It's time for some expert instruction from a pair of polo professionals, brothers Callum and Lance Anderson.
So you've done some horse riding already, and so now we're going to teach you how to hit a ball, and hopefully we'll put those two together so that we can hit a ball and ride a horse at the same time. You want to hold the stick flat in your hand, so that it should fit nice and comfortably. As you swing your stick, you're going to pull the stick straight back to here, straight down into the ball, trying to hold your head as still as possible, and after you hit through the ball, carrying on. If you lean out, you're going to fall off. So you want to put your head over the ball while keeping your weight in the centre. I'm not putting all my weight in the stirrup, nice and straight. Straight back, straight forward. Lovely. It's all right. Good. Your next shot is we're going to do your offside backhand. You're going to want to turn your stick round and hit with that way, okay? You need to resist that temptation. The stick is not on the cane flat, it's on at an angle, so that when you have it down, it sits flat with the ground. So it should look a little something like this. Not trying to hit it too hard, nice and smooth. Good. You just need to keep your eyes on the ball. Lovely.
The shot that you would think would be easier was the most difficult and seemed to just find that backhand over the horse shot a bit easier. I think it was easier to keep it straight.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens when we're actually on the horse.
I really enjoyed it, but yeah, I think it's going to be difficult on a horse.
To help our team make sense of all they've learnt so far, the polo professionals come out for a demonstration.
We're going to show you a little bit of what it's going to look like on the horse. Let's say that I'm going towards that goal behind me. So Lance is going to be trying to take this ball. So as I turn now, he's on this side here. So if he gets in the way of my swing with his horse, that's going to be a foul. So the only way that he can prevent me from hitting this ball is to use his stick to hook my stick. If I get there in advance, then I can hit the ball as long as I'm keeping my horse out of the way. So now he's going to my right, so I have to ride him off. Yes. Oh. Good.
What worries me is how low they lean when they're trying to dribble, I guess.
Yeah.
So now I have a choice. I can go right or left. I come to the right so that I can hook a stick. Or I take it forward on my left.
Are they going to be in the game as well?
I hope so. Might get it. Goal.
Yeah, we need someone good on our teams.
Backhand.
The demonstration by Lance and Callum gives the team a taste of things to come.
They made it look so easy and they were so good at it, and I just kind of suddenly got really scared about the whole thing.
Nerves aside, now it's the team's turn to put everything they've learnt so far together.
You're going to hold your reins in one hand, right?
That's
so you
right,
can have a stick in the right hand. And this one finger down.
One finger down, yeah?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, so try not to lean out, just lean forward until you can reach the floor. Just pull your stick like a pinball machine. Just back, forward. Excellent.
That's better.
Yeah.
They've done really well. Their confidence, from being really nervous to start with and being like, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, and not wanting to let go, now they have to because they've got to steer their ponies and hit the ball and they've got to concentrate on the game. You know, they've got to get on with it.
When we came here, I didn't actually think we'd managed to put ball on stick. Yeah. Or stick on ball even. But that was great, wasn't it? Yeah. And when you hit it and you don't feel it, it just flies. It's fantastic.
And after a while, you stop thinking that you're going to fall off. Even though you're leaning, you just think, I'm going to get that and then move on.
I think as long as we take it slowly and don't go too mad, it should be all right.
Our adventurous team have had time to familiarise themselves with their horses. They've learnt how to ride and have perfected their skills through successfully completing the Gymkhana. Now it's time to put their knowledge to the test in their final challenge of polo.
We're going to divide the game into 3 periods, yeah? And each of you is going to play 2 periods each.
They'll be divided into 2 teams, blue and red, and the first period, or game, will be played by James and John with Vicky standing out. This is the first time they've ridden without their leaders.
In my lovely red Liverpool red shirt, I'm feeling fantastic, ready to get in there. Thank you.
I don't wear blue. I'm a Liverpool fan. We've just beaten the Blues on Saturday. I better win, hadn't I?
So if you'd be so good as to hit him for us, thank you very much.
Okay.
And the game is off to a good start with John driving the ball hard up the centre. A good backhand is quickly stolen by Callum for the Reds. James is on the charge, but John is quick to pick it up once again. It's John for the Blues and he's heading towards the goal. And it's in! The Reds are now in control of the ball on the left-hand side. And with a pass to James, he drives it through and scores! But it's soon back to the Blues, and nothing will stop John. With a big drive up, he scores again. But the Reds have stolen the ball back. James slots it neatly into the goal. Let's see that once again. What a great shot. Back to the game and John is driving forward, but misses the ball, leaving James to pick it up and score again. Lance and John are soon on the attack and in no time score themselves. What a fantastic result! By the end of game 1, the Reds have racked up 5 goals, but the Blues win with an impressive 8.
What a buzz. I mean, I'm sweating, I'm hot, it's hard work, but what a laugh. It's a game, and I love it. And I think I scored 6 times. Come on.
For the second game, Vicky is on replacing John. Without her leader, she's looking nervous and seems to be having trouble with her horse.
No, I can't get the horse to move. I'm just going to give up.
Callum gives her some last-minute advice, but it doesn't seem to be helping.
I just don't know what I'm doing, so I just want to get off. It's just much harder than I thought it would be.
John steps back in for game 2. The Blues are off to a great start with their first goal scored within seconds. There's no stopping John, who charges on for another attempt at the goal. But Callum connects with the ball and drives it back. It's passed to James, who scores for the Reds. As the game progresses, the competition remains fierce, with more goals scored by both teams. It's the end of game 2 and the score is 10 to the Blues and 14 to the Reds. With a leader holding a horse, Vicky's courage returns and she's back in the game.
I thought, I'm a teacher, it's my responsibility to show the kids that if you've got the confidence to do it and you can overcome your fear, then you can achieve anything you want.
That's what I like to hear. Well, she's brave anyway to get back up. She gave up after 30 seconds or minutes last time, and she actually bothered to get back up. I think she's very brave doing that.
In no time at all, she's getting balls into the goal, bringing the score back up for the Blues. Even with James's attempt to reclaim the ball, Vicky's determination sees her scoring again.
Come on, Vicky.
Yeah! By the end of the game, the score is even, with both teams getting 16 points each.
I enjoyed it in the end. It wasn't as bad as it looked.
So well played, everybody. So that was a draw. So to decide the outcome, you're going to have a penalty shootout.
It's one team member against another for the penalty shootout, so they lose their colours and play to win.
Oh, what a shot! Oh, yeah!
Oh. Vicky is out first. Now it's between the two boys and it's going to be close.
Oh, that's 2. Oh, yeah. Good luck, mate.
John is out, which means the champion is James.
I've done amazingly. From not being able to ride to be able to play polo, score a few goals and have a good time. I think I've done really, really well.
The pupils of Bishop Challoner were sponsoring the staff to complete the challenge, which means they've raised loads of money for sport relief. But how will the team and their pupils react when we show them the fruits of their labour?
As you're hopefully aware, over half term there were 3 teachers, Mr John O'Halloran, Mr James Chinnery and Miss Vicky Bailey, that took part in a sporting challenge. In a minute, you're going to get to see some footage from that sporting challenge, but I just want you to give them a big round of applause for taking part in that.
One, 2, 3, and over.
I want everybody to put your hands on your hips. Good, that's it. Your shoulders back. Good. Well done.
I definitely would like to ride again, and it will make me go and look in my own area to see what it'd be for lessons or to just to take a horse and go and ride.
The fear I had of getting on the horse was just, now that I look back, was ridiculous really, because there was nothing to be afraid of at all. So I think next time I'll just maybe not jump straight in, but be less hesitant when I'm going forward to do something.
I think I have changed because I've kind of like realised that even if I'm really scared of something, then I do have enough strength within me to sort of overcome those fears.
I think you'll all agree it takes a very special person to give up their time to raise money. So on behalf of Sports Relief, I'd like Mr O'Halloran, Mr Chinnery and Miss Bailey to come up and collect this cup. Well done. Thank you. Okay, big round of applause.